again, when we were discussing barriers even then, and when we were discussing the levels of communication, even there we came across these kind of situation where, because of the status involved in the hierarchy, or in a relationship, professional relationship, because of that status, presence of that status, people were unable to communicate properly. There were certain biasness, prejudices are there, and filtering is there. There were several things which were taking place. So when we foster good relationship, when we do not expect too much from each other, whenever we are open to each other, we are not being close minded, we are ready to accept the thoughts of others as they express them, then we can foster good relationships there. When superiors are not hesitant in taking suggestions from their subordinates, when they practice open mindedness, that yes, we can learn something every day, then if there will be a better relationship from superiors side. When subordinates are not scared in sharing their mind and giving advices there, or whenever they come across any problem, they share it without getting scared of the superiors, then we can say good relationships will be established. Although it not only depends on these two reasons only. Certain times when we are unable to, when people are not listened properly, when people are not rewarded time and again, when they feel that there is, yes.
Ma'am, are these gateways like the remedies for those barriers or different?
Yeah, that this is the great remedies. These are the remedies.
Okay, ma'am.
I said it in the starting, Gaurav. Were you not present there?
I joined at 4:12, 4:10. Sorry, ma'am.
Okay, you might have missed it. No problem. These are remedies. As I told you, these are solutions. How we can remove these barriers. So this is why they are called gateways. Second one is purposeful and well focused communication. When we are not, when we are not wandering, our brain is not wandering somewhere, or we are focused on what we are communicating. Then also we can, especially in intrapersonal communication, we have discussed it. So sociological barriers are there. Someone who is not in healthy mindset, or healthy state, they are, sometimes they practice this kind of communication. They are not focused, they are not ready to be in a communication situation or environment, and because of that these barriers arise. So purposeful and well focused communication, especially in professional world, you should always prepare well before you are going for a meeting, a presentation, or this kind of communication. So purposeful and well focused communication is important. This one we have already discussed: coordination between superior and subordinates. When there are tussles, when they are, when they are poor relationship between them, then good communication cannot take place, because one is not ready to accept the thoughts of others. There are certain times they are unable to see eye to eye. So even in those conditions, it is not possible to have effective communication. Fourth is avoiding technical language. This is called jargon. So whenever you are in a situation where you do not know your audience, it is better to find out what are their backgrounds, and according to that prepare your message. And especially when you are communicating with people who are not specifically from your field, you should try to avoid technical language there. Next is feedback. Feedback is very very important. We have seen it, and this happens time and again, that we are in a communication process and we do not take care of, what the feedback is. If I give you an example here, I hope I have not given you this one earlier as well. Someone from Rajasthan receives a call from someone in Delhi, and the person tells them, monsoon is coming. So the other person thinks, sorry, he says Mansingh is coming. So the other person thinks monsoon is coming. He doesn't pay any heed. He doesn't give any feedback. He doesn't ask anything. And the next day, poor Mansingh is waiting for someone to escort him to the hotel at, at airport. So this happened because of a kind of barrier there, which can be called our, because of language it happened. Semantic barrier is there, but even at the same time, because of the lack of feedback, because the other person did not ask anything, he could at least ask, why are you informing me that monsoon is coming? That is a kind of weather report. But he did not care for that. So whenever feedback is missing, this was a simple and small example, but feedback is very, very important. When we lack feedback or when we miss feedback, it creates a lot of problem there. Accuracy is important. Whenever there are data or numbers are concerned, and even not that, whenever there is some information which is not accurate, it is given or shared, it creates a lot of problem. Next is clarity in message. This one is very, very, important. When we encode the message, it means when you are writing the message or when you are speaking to someone, if it is not clear to yourself, if you are not constructing the sentences properly, it will create a lot of problem there for the receiver to decode it and understand it. So ambiguous language, we have discussed it, that one word can lead to multiple meanings. So the context should be clear in which context we have, used that word. In the same manner, there are dangling clauses. When we use personal pronouns like his and her, and there are too many subjects there, so it gets a kind of confusing there, that whom this his or her is addressing or indicating towards. So clarity in message should be there. We should try to use the language which makes the message more clear rather than making it a bit complex there. Next is communication of organizational policy or philosophy. Eighth number, the number 11 and 8, they are similar. They are kind of, addition. They can be added together. Communication of organizational philosophy and policies. So whenever someone goes to work in an organization, they have their own set of training, they have their own set of philosophy of work. So it is always better that they are communicated, or they are briefed about the philosophy of the organization. When I say this, you can think about the downward communication. When we were discussing downward communication, I told you one of the objective is that from superiors to subordinate, the philosophy and policies are discussed. The people who are in highest position, they communicate these philosophies and policies to the people who are working under them, so that the people who are in subordinate position, they should know what is the ultimate aim of the organization, and they should also contribute in the same direction. So if it is miscommunicated, or if there is no presence of any instruction regarding these, there will be chaos. People will try to force their own philosophy, their own policies, and then ultimately there will be loss of the organization take place, because people were never aware about the philosophy and policies. Ninth is flat organizational structure. We have discussed it. When there are too many levels of communication or too many layers of hierarchy are involved in a communication structure, then what happens? There is filtering. People are unable to send and receive the messages in exact size and with exact facts, because people who are present in the middle, they tend to forget few things, they tend to remove few things from the message, and in this way what happens, people are unable to get the accurate message. So when there is flat organization, these layers of ranks, these layers of hierarchy, they are not too many. There are less number of levels involved, and through this, people are encouraged to meet each other and communicate with each other. So then there is a kind of harmony there. People are able to communicate. When they are able to communicate with each other, there is harmony. Finally, 10th number is division of labor. Division of labor is very, very important. When people have equal amount of work, when it is distributed among these employees, and there are people who are sharing same kind of burden, then they feel, there is a kind of satisfaction that they are working as much as others are working. But when only one person from the team is overburdened, while others are, they are on relaxation, that they can work less for lesser number of hours than the one person, what will happen, that one person will have a sense of frustration there. He will feel that the management is biased, they are being overburdened, and in this way there will be barriers, because of the frustration of this person, he will not be able to communicate properly. So division of labor is very crucial point, especially when they are good leaders, good managers. They take care of this thing, that their team is never overburdened, and even whenever there is load of work, they take care of finding out that whether it is there is no disparity in distributing this labor among their teammates, in this work among their teammates. Next is organizational policies, which we have discussed. Minimize semantic problems. So whenever you encode a message, especially if it is an email, a letter, or a report, we should try to proofread it. We should try to revise it, so that there are whatever grammatical errors or other errors are present there, we can remove them. We should not use similar kind of words. Grammar should be correct. We should not make too many grammatical errors, although do not try to do it or overdo it, because then somehow what happens, the essence of the message is missed. But too many silly mistakes, they put off the reader from reading the message. Okay, so try to read it once, or whenever you are even speaking there, we should try to focus on our grammar as well, that whether what we are saying is correct or not. So you can correct it whenever you make a mistake. Finally, proper communication channels. When we talk about organizational policies, there are certain times, they discourage that people sit together or talk to each other. There are several organizations where this is discouraged strictly. They do not welcome, subordinates to the superiors' cabins. They are generally supposed to come through proper channel, and several times it happens that people refuse to meet, or they say that they are busy, so they don't have time for their subordinates. And what happens in this scenario, that people ultimately feel suppressed, their demands are not met, their needs are not met, they are not being heard there, and in this way communication is hampered there. So if someone wants to encourage more communication, there should be proper communication channels. So superiors who are overburdened, who do not have time, they can fix a meeting, that okay, weekly we will have a meeting, or monthly we will have a meeting. So these employees know that there is a channel available, there is an opportunity available, when they can share their problems with the people in management or in administration. So these kind of things, if they are present there, they encourage for better communication. Okay, so these were the 13 gateways to communication. They were simple. We discussed them while we were discussing the barriers. I hope you understand them, and if you have any problem, you can ask me, I'll repeat it. These 13. Okay, so I guess these are clear. Actually, I want to discuss at least one case study today. That's why I was in a bit of hurry. We have a lot of syllabus. Let me share the other slide. Okay, so there are two case studies. This is the first one. In this case study, there is presence of barriers, and there are at least 10 barriers you can find in this particular case study. What we are going to do, we'll read this study, this case, and then we'll try to find out what barriers are present there. Okay, who will read this? Let me select one student. Bharat Kumar. Is Bharat or
Yes, ma'am.
Bharat? Yes, Bharat.
Bharat,
Huh?
Bharat, ma'am, Bharat.
Bharat. Okay, Bharat, read this. Read this aloud to the class.
Okay, ma'am. Larry, a high school kid looking for a summer job, was hired as a cook at a nearby restaurant. Larry had no experience working in the kitchens, but the supervisor who hired him explained that it wasn't necessary because they would train him. On Larry's first day, he was paired with a senior line cook by the name of Tyler. Tyler wasn't especially thrilled with the idea of having to train a new guy on the busiest night of the week and expressed his concern to the manager. You are the most senior employee, so that makes you the most qualified person to do the training. A frustrated, a frustrated Tyler didn't say much after that, and aside from giving Larry a nod of acknowledgement, his only words to him were, "Watch and stay out of my way." By the time the main dinner rush hit, the entire kitchen line was bustling with activity, and Tyler was doing his best to call orders, time out bills, and cook all at the same time. As more and more orders came in, the stress level in the kitchen had increased dramatically. It was at this point Tyler turned to Larry and barked, "I need you to run to the fridge and get me more hamburger meat." Afraid to ask any question, Larry quickly turned to look for the fridge and, as instructed, ran through the kitchen line to get more meat. A cook, unaware that Larry was coming through, turned to put up a dish and collided with Larry.
Okay, okay. So is it clear? The case is clear to you? There is a young kid who is looking for a job, summer job, and he has been put under the supervision of a senior cook. So what happened there, you have just witnessed. Now you all of you are supposed to find out at least 10 barriers because of which this situation occurred. Whatever happened there, what were the reasons? So you have to find out 10 barriers which are present in this case. I'm giving you 5 minutes for this. Read it and find out 10 barriers. And if anyone out of you faces any problem, I'm right here. Please ask. Okay, shall we start? Raise your hands. How many out of you have finished it? Okay, Shita has done it. Baja and Kaptan, Amisha. Why are there always, handful of names? They always perform here. They take part. Where are the other students? Garima has done it. Okay. Himanshi. Okay, let's wait for a few more minutes so that others can also finish it. Then we'll discuss it. Yes, Bharat.
And we have only 6 type of barriers, so how can we find 10 type barriers?
I mean the reasons there. We have types. I'm not asking you the exact type like intrapersonal or interpersonal. I am asking you to find out the reasons. Please raise your hands, those who have finished. I have only, we have only 6 people who have finished it. Okay. Okay, so let's start this one. We have one more study to do. I selected 2 case studies. Okay, so Ria,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, please tell us how many you could find.
I found out organizational barrier, psychological barrier. Uh,
Please,
since
please give, please give the reason where at what place you have found that organizational barrier was present. And
yes,
yes,
when I found organization barrier in the manager told the senior cook that you have to train the guy, but that senior cook is frustrated. So there is a not well communication between the manager and senior cook, that for the newcomers who will train them, there is a no proper strategy that or organization that who will train the new guy. That's
Okay.
I found out.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one, I found that psychological barrier. Since Larry was new and the senior cook was not in a position to train the guy, there is a mental stress in the senior cook due to the rush in the kitchen or something. That's I found.
Okay.
And the third one is a lack of subject. That Larry did not have the subject of kitchen, doesn't have any knowledge. Uh, is not well aware of the communication topic, that how we will communicate about someone about the kitchen and something.
I think this one is not present there, Ria. Okay.
Ma'am,
Next.
in the second line that Harry had no experience working in kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
but the supervisor who hired him. So I thought it will
Okay.
say
Okay. What is the next one?
lack of mutual understanding.
Okay, okay, lack of mutual understanding. Yes, we can say lack of cooperation, and because we can clearly see neither, seniors of Tyler were in good relationship with him, neither nor Tyler was in good relationship with Larry. So yes, there was lack of cooperation. Who will speak next? Ayuraditya Saraswat. Okay, he is not raised his hand. Why? What are you doing, Ayuraditya? You have not raised your hand. Hmm? Okay. Akib Suhail. He left the meeting. Gaja. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, ma'am, you are audible, ma'am. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Please go ahead. Tell us.
Ma'am, I found a single one.
Only one.
Yes, ma'am.
In full, in the complete case study, you could find only one barrier.
There are many, but I found only one.
No, I know there are many, but if you know there are many, why could you not find them?
Actually, I was confirming with that whether it was correct or not, so it took a
Okay.
bit of time.
No problem. No problem. Tell
Uh,
me.
there was a line called Taylor wasn't thrilled with the idea of having to train a new guy.
Mm-hmm.
This line shows there's an interpersonal barrier between the subordinate and superior. That is a lack of consideration for employee needs.
Yes, that is present. But when you say that he was not thrilled, don't you think, especially this line indicates towards intrapersonal, he was not thrilled, he was not in no mood to take more work there.
Yes, ma'am.
So it can be called division of labor, disparity in the division of labor. We have seen that Tyler was given so many things already, and then they added the kind of training also into his profile. That's why he was frustrated. So don't you think this is division of labor, because of which this barrier was there?
It can be, but I divided into interpersonal barrier.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
And one more thing is in the same barrier, interpersonal barrier, it comes under fear of penalty. In one such line, we can see that and as instructed, ran through the kitchen line to get more meat.
Hmm.
So she was in a hurry because her superior was very much strict.
Hmm.
So she thought that if she would be slow, then she could get a penalty or punishment, whatever you say.
Okay, okay, that is correct. Here again, I'll like to correct you. Larry, when it is clearly written, he was afraid to ask any questions. So there was, this relationship between superior and subordinate. He was scared to ask any question. Plus, there was lack of feedback. If had he asked him that in which direction he will find or in which place of the where in the kitchen he would find the refrigerator. He could not or he did not run in that direction, so he could have saved that situation. Plus, when he said ran, run and get me hamburger meat, he did not mean to run. He was indicating that he is in a hurry, so he took it literally. So there is semantic barrier as well. Run there did not mean that running in the kitchen. It was like, hurry up, go and bring meat for me.
Yes, ma'am. Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Garima, I have asked Garima, I think. No, Ria was there. Garima.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Do you have anything to add? We have already discussed some of them.
Ma'am, I think everyone has had all the barriers. Ma'am, but there is also the interpersonal barriers because of the attitude of the means the participants in both the
Both the
ma'am, like Larry is quite ma'am, like Taylor was quite frustrated and he not showing the his concern to train the newcomers or newbie. So, ma'am, here the interpersonal communication, interpersonal barrier is also present.
okay. I think that was given by Ria as well. Thank you. Okay, let me do this one for you. You people are a bit confused. When I said that you have to find barriers, there were reasons you were supposed to find, not only the categories. So when if we look into it from the starting, when Larry told them that he had no experience, and the supervisor who said that they will train him, there was a kind of unqualified assumption that he will learn. So they should always check what kind of training the other person has, and whether they have any facility to train them or not. So a kind of unqualified assumption was present, especially when they said that Tyler, just because he is the senior line cook, will train him. So a person who is a good cook is not necessarily a good trainer as well. This is no condition there. So unqualified assumption was present there. Again, second one is when they said that Tyler will train, they did not ask Tyler for his permission or his opinion. They directly instructed him. So a kind of inadequate facilities and opportunities is there, that other person, he feels overburdened there. His needs and his concerns are not being heard there. So there was no facility through which he could inform his seniors that he was not in favor of training anyone there. Third one is which we have discussed in interpersonal barrier, superior to subordinate, lack of time. So here Tyler has lack of time for Larry. He does not have enough time where he could talk to him even, and suddenly he is started instructing him. Instead of training him, he directly instructed him. So this was not good. Then we have lack of cooperation. We have seen it. They have no cooperation, no coordination. Again, Larry never asked anything. Once he was warned that you stay away from my, my way, he never showed any initiation. He never took any, initiative there to talk to the senior. So there was lack of interest for communication. Lack of interest for communication. That was present. Then again we have fear of penalty. When he received an instruction, he had no courage to ask any question there. Again, there was lack of feedback. He had no idea. Even then, he could not ask for it. Next, when we come to run, this is a semantic barrier, because run did not mean the same thing. He should not have run into the kitchen. Status of mind Tyler's status of mind is frustrated. Larry's status of mind is, he is scared. And finally, the 10th one is physical barrier, because the other cook and Larry, they could not see each other, they could not listen to each other, they collided and they fell. So everything was ruined there. These are the 10 barriers which are overtly present here. If we scrutinize it minutely, you will find more barriers present there. These are the main barriers which were highlighted. When yes.
Just had a small doubt that when Tyler said to Larry that just watch and stay out of my way, wasn't it also lack of trust, that he didn't had any trust on Larry, that he's gonna
Ishta, that
doing the
is
thing?
right. I was coming to this one, that this is called premature evaluation.
Yes, ma'am.
Premature evaluation, that he will be a burden. He is unable to learn anything. He never cared about telling him few things. He could have, asked him, just go and check the kitchen once. Okay, see whatever is present here. In that way only, he could have given him a glimpse of the machines available there, but he never cared for it. There was a premature evaluation that this person is a burden only. He cannot be of any use. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes, Bharat. Yes, Kaptan.
we can add technological barrier as Larry has no experience in the kitchen and the other staff has experience.
So is this technical barrier?
Technological barrier, ma'am.
How it is technological barrier? What kind of technology is present here, Kaptan?
The other staff is expert in preparing food and handling the customers.
So I think you are confusing technique with technology. He had no skills. You want to say that he had no skills, he had no experience, while others had it. So this is why we said that it is unqualified assumption, that the person who hired Larry, he believed that they can train him, or he will be able to work in the kitchen without giving any prior experience or training to him. They just sent him in the kitchen on the busiest day of the week where everyone was overburdened. So this is unqualified assumption. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
can we say, as Tyler was not wanted to be a trainer, it is an interpersonal barrier?
Yes, that is present there. We have discussed it. Inadequate facilities and opportunities. He had no opportunity or facility to tell his seniors. Tyler had no opportunity to tell his seniors that he did not want to train this guy. Okay.
Yeah, okay, ma'am.
Okay, so let's move to the next one. I don't think we will be able to finish it in less than 15 minutes. So you people can, take a screenshot of this, take it as your homework, find out the reasons, not only the barriers, reasons. What are the reasons, this kind of situation took place there, and we'll discuss this in the next lecture. We'll start with this. Okay, this is for your homework.
All right.
Yes, Shubham.
I was saying this. Okay, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Is this the last class? I guess there is a lecture from 5 to 6 as well. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, no, there will be one more class. Why do you people not reply? I don't understand it. I'm asking you a simple question. Do you have one more class or not?
No, ma'am.
No,
No.
ma'am.
If you don't have any class, then finish it today. And this is why you people were not answering. Do you want to take it for homework?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then leave. Keep
Thank you,
it. Okay, bring it solved. Okay, in the next lecture, we'll discuss it.
thank you.
Anyone has any doubt, please ask. Otherwise, I'll end the meeting here. Okay, so I'll take that as a no. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.